Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of the reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Before we dive in, a few quick reminders. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps us spread the word, allowing us to continue to grow this community. Next, I'd like to introduce our Patreon group, where we have 3 weekly meetings. On Sunday, we have a meditation meeting. On Tuesdays, we have a book club meeting. And on Thursdays, we have open topic discussions. These meetings take place at 6 p.m. Eastern European time, so this is Paris, Amsterdam time. I'm also thrilled to introduce the Reparenting Daily Journal, which you can find on Amazon. This journal follows the exact theme of the podcast, so each week and each monthly theme and sub-theme, it provides you space to keep your notes and plenty of extra resources for each topic we discuss. It's a really great tool, and if you purchase it, you can join our 3 weekly meetings for free. Just send me an email and we'll get you linked into that. Next, I'd like to announce another creative project I've had, which is a 3-volume series entitled Fairy Tales for Reparenting. Now, you might think, yeah, we're a bit old, fairy tales are a bit fluffy, so why fairy tales exactly? In my own personal work and research and reading into the work of Carl Jung and Marie-Louise von Franz, and just a lot of other types of reading and spiritual readings that I've done, has kind of led me to this journal to rediscover the magic of fairy tales. So I've created this 3-volume series that progresses along the hero's journey from beginning to middle to end. All of the fairy tales there correspond to that point of your journey. At the end of each story, you will have journal reflections and also space to keep your notes for things that you've learned. While returning to fairy tales might seem childish, foolish, or immature, there's actually a lot of value buried there, not to mention the ability to connect with your inner child. These books are filled with fairy tales that you might know, and also some from around the world that might be new for you. So you can look forward to something exciting and a new way to connect with your inner child and to work on your inner child healing if you like. All of these books are available on Amazon, so go ahead and take a look to support this project. Your help here really means a lot. Reparenting is a journey of growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like nurturing the bonsai tree, it requires patience, care, consistency, and attention. Thanks for being here and for supporting this work, and also for committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today, we're going to be listening to a lecture by Proctor. It's entitled Learn to Act as If Nothing Bothers You. We'll only listen to a portion of this, and you can find the link in the show notes to the full lecture on YouTube. Just as a reminder, we're in June, and the theme is Cultivating Self-Worth and Self-Love. We're in week 2, June 8th until the 14th. And the theme is releasing external validation. This lecture is very appropriate because it shares with us one of the few manners in which we can begin to release external validation. It shares with us a new perspective on this problem. So I hope you enjoy.
Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to glide through life with a sense of unshakable calm? To face the storms, stresses, and setbacks that inevitably come your way and respond with unwavering poise and grace. Imagine a world where the small stuff didn't seem to bother you anymore, where you could maintain your composure no matter how frantic the pace of your day became or how much pressure and chaos swirled around you. A world where your emotional state remained steady, even as the external circumstances of your life fluctuated wildly. That, my friends, is the power of learning to act as if nothing bothers you. It's a transformative skill that separates the highest achievers from the rest of the pack. The individuals who seem to effortlessly navigate life's challenges with a sense of ease, confidence, and equanimity. I'm talking about people like Mahatma Gandhi, who famously said, "I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet." Or Amelia Earhart, the pioneering aviator who, when faced with crippling pre-flight jitters, would simply tell herself, "Worry and fear are only in your mind." These are individuals who didn't just roll with the punches. They danced with them. Their ability to maintain an unflappable presence in the face of adversity allowed them to achieve remarkable feats that most people would have deemed impossible. So, what's their secret? How do they cultivate such unwavering calm and poise, even in the midst of life's most intense storms? And more importantly, can the rest of us mere mortals learn to embody this same level of composure and resilience? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. I'm going to share with you the proven strategies, mindset shifts, and practical techniques that you can use to develop the superpower of acting as if nothing bothers you. By the end of this talk, you'll understand why this skill is so crucial for success, happiness, and fulfillment in the modern world. And you'll walk away with a clear roadmap for how to start infusing this mindset in your own life so that you can glide through your days with an unwavering sense of calm, no matter what curveballs get thrown your way. So get ready to discover the life-changing power of unflappability, because when you learn to act as if nothing bothers you, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Let's start by really unpacking the profound benefits of cultivating an unflappable mindset. Because when you understand just how transformative this skill can be, it will light an unstoppable fire under you to start developing it. First and foremost, being unflappable allows you to operate at your highest level of effectiveness, no matter the circumstances. Think about it. When you're feeling flustered, anxious, or thrown off balance, your mental clarity, focus, and decision-making abilities all take a nosedive. Your brain, quite literally, goes into a stress response, triggering the release of hormones like cortisol that disrupt your optimal functioning. You might start second-guessing yourself, making rash choices, or getting paralyzed by indecision. And of course, this only compounds the problem, creating a vicious cycle of escalating stress and diminished performance. But when you cultivate the skill of acting as if nothing bothers you, you short-circuit this whole process. You maintain your cool, clear-headed presence of mind, allowing you to respond to challenges with your faculties fully intact. You can make sound, strategic decisions. You can stay laser-focused on what needs to get done, and you can keep your emotions in check rather than letting them hijack your behavior. This translates into all kinds of tangible benefits, from higher productivity and better problem solving, to more effective leadership and greater career advancement. Simply put, an unflappable mindset gives you a huge competitive edge, enabling you to outperform those who let their emotions get the better of them. But the benefits don't stop there. Being unflappable also supercharges your ability to achieve your biggest goals and dreams. When you can maintain unwavering focus and determination, even in the face of setbacks and obstacles, you become virtually unstoppable. Imagine trying to build a successful business. If you let every customer complaint, hiring challenge, or cash flow issue send you into a tailspin, your venture is doomed to fail. But the entrepreneur who responds to adversity with cool, calm resilience, who never loses sight of the bigger picture, is the one who will ultimately triumph. The same goes for any area of life. Whether it's your health, your relationships, your personal growth, or your financial aspirations, an unflappable mindset is the bedrock upon which you build sustainable, long-term success. It allows you to stay the course, weather the storms, and keep moving forward, no matter what. And perhaps most importantly, being unflappable has a profound impact on your overall well-being and quality of life. When you're not constantly getting worked up, stressed out, and emotionally reactive, you free up an enormous amount of mental and physical energy. You experience less anxiety, less burnout, and less detrimental wear and tear on your muscles. Instead, you can channel that energy into the things that truly matter to you. You can be more present, more productive, and more engaged in your life. You can approach each day with a greater sense of calm, clarity, and joy. And you can avoid the kind of unnecessary suffering that comes from letting the small stuff get to you. In short, the superpower of acting as if nothing bothers you is the gateway to living your best life. It unlocks your full potential, supercharges your performance, and allows you to navigate life's challenges with remarkable ease. And so the real question is, Why wouldn't you want to cultivate this transformative skill? When you consider the tangible benefits it can deliver across every facet of your existence, it becomes clear that this is a non-negotiable must-have for anyone who's serious about reaching their highest levels of success and fulfillment. The good news is it's a skill that can be learned with the right mindset, strategies, and daily practices. Anyone can develop the ability to remain unflappable in the face of life's storms. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into next. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts of cultivating an unflappable mindset, I want to take a moment to really shine a light on the downside of emotional reactivity, because understanding the heavy toll it takes can be a powerful motivator for making the necessary changes. Think about the last time you got really worked up over something. Maybe it was an argument with your spouse, a rude comment from a coworker, or just a minor hiccup in your day. How did you feel in that moment? Probably some combination of anxious, angry, frustrated, and overwhelmed. And what happened next? Did you lash out at the person who upset you? Did you get flustered and make a rash decision you later regretted? Or did you just spiral into an extended funk, letting the negative emotion consume you for hours or even days? This is the burden of emotional reactivity. It hijacks our ability to think clearly, make wise choices, and show up as our best selves. Instead of maintaining our poise and keeping our eye on the big picture, we get sidetracked by the small stuff and let our emotions take the wheel. And the consequences of this can be far-reaching. In our personal lives, emotional reactivity can damage relationships, erode trust, and prevent us from deepening the meaningful connections we crave. In our careers, it can undermine our credibility, sabotage our professional growth, and even cost us opportunities. Perhaps even more insidiously, our emotional activity often stems from deep-seated insecurities, fears, and unresolved inner turmoil. When we're constantly on edge, easily bothered, and quick to lash out, it's usually a sign that we have some deeper work to do on ourselves. This creates a vicious cycle. Our knee-jerk emotional responses lead to negative consequences in our lives, which in turn trigger even more intense negative emotions. Before long, we're trapped in a downward spiral of stress, anxiety, and diminished well-being. And let's not forget the physical toll this takes. Chronic emotional reactivity releases a steady stream of stress hormones that wreak havoc on our bodies over time. It can contribute to everything from high blood pressure and heart disease to digestive issues and weakened immune function. So the burden of being emotionally reactive isn't just psychological, it's physiological as well. It saps our energy, undermines our health, and prevents us from showing up as our best, most vibrant selves. Contrast that with the freedom and power that comes from learning to act as if nothing bothers you. When you cultivate the skill of emotional self-control, you free up an enormous amount of mental, emotional, and physical resources. You can channel that energy into more positive, constructive pursuits. You'll find that you have greater clarity, focus, and decisiveness in the face of challenges. You'll be able to navigate conflicts and setbacks with poise and grace rather than getting derailed by your own reactivity. And you'll experience less stress, anxiety, and inner turmoil on a day-to-day basis. Ultimately, the ability to remain unflappable is the gateway to unlocking your highest potential. It allows you to sidestep the traps of emotional volatility and operate from a place of unwavering calm, confidence, and resilience. So if you're ready to break free from the heavy burden of reactivity and start living a life of greater joy, fulfillment, and effectiveness, then get ready to dive into the concrete strategies and techniques that can help you get there. Because the path to becoming unflappable is not only possible, it's essential. The key to cultivating an unflappable mindset lies in your ability to master your emotional state. You see, our emotions are not just abstract feelings that float around inside of us. They have a direct physiological impact on how our minds and bodies function. When you get upset, anxious, or agitated, your brain triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This puts your body into a state of heightened arousal priming you for a fight or flight response. Your heart rate accelerates, your muscles tense up, and your cognitive faculties become impaired. It's a survival mechanism that served our ancestors well when they were facing true threats to their safety. But in the modern world, we're bombarded by all kinds of small stressors and petty annoyances. This stress response ends up doing us more harm than good. Rather than helping us respond effectively to challenges, it actually makes us less clear-headed, less decisive, and less able to perform at our best. That's why learning to manage your emotional state is so crucial for developing an unflappable mindset. Imagine how much more productive, creative, and successful you could be if you had the ability to remain calm and centered, no matter what curveballs life threw your way. If you could tap into a well of inner peace and focus, even in the midst of chaos and upheaval. Well, the good news is, this isn't some unattainable superpower reserved only for the enlightened few. It's a skill that can be cultivated through proven mindfulness and emotional intelligence practices. With the right tools and strategies, anyone can learn to master their emotional state and achieve a level of unflappable poise. One of the foundational practices is mindfulness meditation. By training yourself to be fully present and attentive to the current moment, without getting caught up in worries about the past or anxieties about the future, you can short-circuit the brain's stress response before it even takes hold. Studies have shown that regular meditation not only reduces activation in the amygdala emotional alarm bell of the brain, but also strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational, clear-headed decision-making. Over time, this rewires your neural pathways, making it easier and more automatic to maintain your composure in the face of life's challenges. Another powerful technique is reframing. This involves consciously shifting the way you interpret and respond to situations, rather than just reacting on autopilot. For example, instead of seeing a setback as a catastrophe, you might reframe it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Or you could reframe a demanding boss or irritating coworker as someone who is simply trying their best, even if they're going about it the wrong way. The key is to cultivate the habit of stepping back, taking a deep breath, and consciously choosing how you want to perceive and respond to a given circumstance. This interrupts the knee-jerk emotional reactivity and allows you to make a more strategic, solution-focused choice. And let's not forget the importance of building mental toughness. Just like physical strength, your ability to remain unflappable is something that can be trained and developed over time. One powerful practice is to deliberately expose yourself to small doses of discomfort or adversity, and then consciously respond with calm, focused resilience. This could be as simple as sitting with an unpleasant emotion for 5 extra minutes without getting swept away by it. Or it could involve purposefully putting yourself in a stressful situation, like public speaking or cold water exposure, and practicing staying grounded and centered. The more you do this, the more your brain and body will get used to dealing with challenging circumstances without falling apart. You'll condition your nervous system to stay regulated, your mind to stay clear, and your sense of self-control to grow stronger. Of course, these are just a few of the many techniques you can use to master your emotional state and cultivate an unflappable mindset. The specific strategies that will work best for you will depend on your unique temperament, life experiences, and areas of emotional vulnerability. The key is to experiment. Be patient with yourself and stay committed to the process. Because making is not something that happens overnight. It takes consistent practice, self-awareness, and a willingness to do the inner work required to rewire your habitual responses.
Welcome back, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this lecture by Bob Proctor. He's touching on an extremely important skill that many of us who are on the reparenting journey may have missed out on. Overall, it's about setting boundaries with yourself and with others, emotionally and physically. This is how we are able to release the need for external validation. It's one of the methods that we go about grounding ourselves so firmly in our own selves and our own convictions that external validation or disapproval is no longer so impactful. It does not carry the same weight because we become so grounded in our own truth, in our own essence. This is the core of self-worth. This is the core of self-love. Your ability to ground yourself in this reality that you have the right to exist, you have the right to be happy, you have the right to pursue your dreams, you have the right to live with ease and joy, you have the right to live in connection. It's a very important lesson, so I hope you perhaps listened to it a few times. And again, we didn't listen to the whole thing, so you can check out the show notes for the full video, where you can find the full lecture on YouTube. So as we go to the journal prompts today, number 1, in which ways do you primarily feel held back by external validation? Are there specific areas in your life where you feel more dependent on that, and why? Number 2, what validation could you receive that would have the most impact for you? So, for example, if you could wave your wand and have a certain validation, choose one. Which one would you choose for that to be met, and why is that one so important for you? And number 3, how difficult is it to be unbothered by the external world and unswayed by others' opinions or actions or words? How easily are you able to go with the flow and to respond to life's inevitable crises? Spend some time reflecting on that. That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Please take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.